Thank you for joining us for this look at the best original reporting from KPBS News this week. I'm Maya Trabulsi. Coming up, no longer a welcoming city. Activists in Chula Vista react with surprise after their work to earn the distinction seemingly goes to waste. Black history in East County. We'll visit a hotel in Julian filled with stories about early African-American migration to our area. And the home of the San Diego Symphony gets a huge makeover and update on the work happening downtown to build a modern venue for music lovers. And we start with the return of an illness that left a terrible impact on San Diego's unhoused population in recent years. Kitty Alvarado has reaction to new cases of hepatitis A and what the city is doing to keep it in check.
On any given day, you'll find Tyrone Bivens walking the streets of downtown San Diego. He said he had no idea there was a spike of hepatitis A among the homeless population until we told him about it. He said he's been homeless since 2017.
It's ridiculous what they're doing to us. They want us off the street, so they come out and they sweep us off the street, and only to allow us to be somewhere else for 2 or 3 days. And then they come sweep you from there. So that's why people are sitting here catching these diseases, because we're all encamped, closed together.
According to the county's Department of Health and Human Services agency, there's not an outbreak of hepatitis A because they typically see 2 to 3 cases a month. So far, 1 person has died of the disease, and there have been 5 recent confirmed cases, 3 among the homeless population.
So most people out here don't know about it yet.
Michael McConnell has been a homeless advocate for 15 years. He says he was surprised to find out how many people living on the street did not know about the spike.
It's shocking because that's how it spreads. It spreads because our public health officials don't take immediate action to get the word out.
It's wrong for them not to tell the people out here in these streets, okay? Because there ain't no other way they can protect themselves not unless they know what to do.
But he also says they must get the word out because good hygiene matters. This virus is spread through fecal contamination.
Get sanitary stations out, whether it's hand washing stations, porta potties, get hand sanitizer out to the folks. Most importantly, we need a massive vaccination campaign because that's what really slowed it down last time. But we can't wait. We got to get the county moving on that right away.
He knows all too well what can happen if that doesn't happen. In 2017, an outbreak hit the homeless population. Nearly 600 people were infected and 20 people died.
Somebody's already died. That seems like an emergency to me. But unfortunately, about 600 people died unsheltered last year. We don't need to add to that by more failings of our government not to act. We need to keep restrooms open, obviously. Don't shut down these restrooms on the weekend. That's criminal. And we need to start adding more restrooms, but most of all, we have to start tackling this crisis.
Bivens says until people start seeing those who are experiencing homelessness as human beings, who have hopes and dreams like everyone else, nothing will change. His dream to become an R&B singer.
But it's peace I could not find. Well, I kneel down to pray. Pray, help me, please.
The county has started vaccinations, and the city says they are working with the county to make sure what happened last time does not happen again. Kitty Alvarado, KPBS News.
Let God have his way.
North County's long-term housing plan includes maximizing the use of land around transit hubs. KPBS North County reporter Tanya Thorne tells us about some of the changes that are on the horizon.
Where there is space, there is opportunity. North County Transit District sees opportunity in the underutilized land around their transit stations.
The goal is to transform our stations into vibrant multi-mobility hubs that have mixed uses, housing, commercial, retail, as well as our transit operations.
Chris Orlando is the Chief Planning and Communications Officer with NCTD. He says mixed-use projects are being proposed around 4 North County stations: Oceanside, Carlsbad Village, Carlsbad Poinsettia, and Escondido.
To not only drive ridership, but also create revenue for the district and add housing to the region.
The furthest along in the pipeline is the redevelopment of Oceanside's 10-acre transit center. The transit hub connects travelers to Amtrak, Orange County's Metrolink trains, and NCTD's Coaster, Sprinter, and Breeze buses. The station's redevelopment includes over 500 mixed-income apartments, along with a boutique hotel and commercial space. The transit center will also get modernized. NCTD's headquarters will also be relocated to Oceanside's transit center. Once they've moved, their old building will be redeveloped into residential apartments that will include market rate and affordable units.
The redevelopment of the Oceanside Transit Center is a keystone for the city and their long-term vision of the development of this city. Redevelopment of this site is an extension of downtown.
Lillian Doherty is NCTD's Director of Planning and Development. She says developers are currently negotiating with the city of Oceanside, and construction is anticipated to start in 2025.
We really do anticipate a cultural shift of our riders and our communities that will allow them to live, work, and play at our transit stations through these vibrant communities that we're building.
Oceanside City Council member Eric Joyce says while the project has many benefits to travelers, he will be pushing for a space that benefits the Oceanside community.
We're always looking for more community spaces, as we have the Junior Seau that's not too far away, Beach Community Center, but there's never enough space for programming. There's never enough space for our classes. So we are working with the developer to make sure that there's something that is a public benefit directly is included in the final project.
Joyce also hopes the affordable housing element will help keep more people from getting pushed out of the city.
I think this project in particular is really important, and it's a really good opportunity for us to show that new development is actually working for the people that live in Oceanside.
Carlsbad's transit stations are also up for redevelopment. Doherty with NCTD says the Carlsbad Village Station and the Poinsettia Station will each have their own developer, chosen just last month.
We anticipate that there will be mixed-use development that will provide for affordable housing and market-raised housing, as well as ground floor retail.
Between the two projects, Carlsbad will get just over 400 more apartments, and 81 of them will be affordable housing.
Between NCTD and MTS, there's a real big effort at creating more housing for folks.
Corina Contreras represents Vista on the NCTD board. She says they're making progress when it comes to housing, but when it comes to transit, there is still more to be done to connect North County with the rest of San Diego.
If we could build that out, have on the 78 transit priority lanes or managed lanes that allow our buses to go from Vista, and quickly down to San Diego, that provides us more opportunity, whether that's economic opportunity or the opportunity to participate in different recreational things like going to Petco, and whatnot.
Escondido Transit Center is the newest project NCTD has opened up for proposals, with 13 acres available for housing and retail. Developers have until March to submit their plans. Tanya Thorne, KPBS News.
Sustainable transportation and the demand for homes is a long-term discussion. Tanya Thorne joined KPBS Midday Edition this week to talk more about her story, and you can stream it anytime as a podcast at kpbs.org or wherever you get your podcasts. Chula Vista became the first city in California to become a certified welcoming city in 2019. Now, just 3 years later, it is also the first city in the state to lose that distinction. KPBS reporter Gustavo Solis explains why Chula Vista is no longer a welcoming city.
This is to the city manager, Ann Guggens.
Margaret Baker spent hours volunteering to help Chula Vista become a certified welcoming city. It was a rigorous process that included several public meetings and policy reviews, all to ensure that Chula Vista is a safe and welcoming place for marginalized communities, including immigrants. Baker and other advocates are now livid that Chula Vista quietly chose to abandon the Welcoming City program.
I cannot believe it, that they would be so crude and rude to all the people who have worked on this.
According to a statement, City Manager Maria Cachadorian chose not to recertify Chula Vista as a welcoming city in November 2022. The city has not made any public announcements of the fact that it is no longer a certified welcoming city. On the contrary, Chula Vista continues to boast about being a welcoming city, even though it's no longer certified. Chula Vista still has a Welcoming City section on its website, and as recently as the February 7th City Council meeting, Cachadorian pointed to the certification as an example of progress Chula Vista has made in diversity and inclusion efforts.
The city has made significant strides towards advancing equity. The city is ranked third in most recent New American Economy Index. We also have been certified as a Welcoming City for its commitment and efforts to include and welcome immigrants in areas of civic, social, and economic life in Chula Vista.
According to a city spokesperson, Cachadorian decided not to pursue the recertification process because of staffing priorities to launch a new Justice, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion program. Baker criticized the city for lack of transparency on this issue.
Someone should have had the decency to say it in one of the many meetings that I've attended over the last 6 months. I'm flabbergasted.
Welcoming America is the independent organization that certifies welcoming cities. They wrote a letter to Chula Vista with concerns over the city's surveillance program. During the original certification process in 2018, Welcoming America was unaware of the fact that the Chula Vista Police Department was sharing data from its automated license plate reader program with Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Had they known that, Chula Vista would not have been certified. Here is Baker reading from a letter that Welcoming America sent to Chula Vista in 2021.
Had we known that this information was being shared, the assessment would have been non-compliant, meaning we never should have been a welcoming city in the first place.
Chula Vista stopped sharing that data with ICE in 2020. Mayor John McCann was not available for an interview Tuesday. Gustavo Solis, KPBS News.
We've brought you several stories on KPBS News for Black History Month, and this week included a trip to the mountains. Alexander Nguyen checked into a hotel in Julian that has deep ties to our region's Black history.
In the backcountry sits an unassuming hotel. It's the jewel of the town, and it's popular with honeymooners. To everyday tourists, it's a charming bed and breakfast. The only thing that brings to light its history is a bronze plaque in front of the hotel. It reads, Hotel Robinson, 1897, built for Albert Robinson and wife Margaret on the site of the restaurant bakery. It's the sole surviving Julian mining era hotel.
It's not only one of the oldest hotels owned by African Americans, but it's also a national site, historical site.
Larry Malone is a local historian and wrote a book about Black pioneers in San Diego from the 1880s to the 1920s.
You know, a lot of people were really surprised that Julian had that rich history of African American history in Julian.
And part of that history started with a love story, says Chuck Ambers, the curator of the African Diaspora Museum and Research Center.
There's a love relationship between that hotel and Julian, just like there was a love relationship between Albert and Margaret.
He says Julian was a sleepy little town founded by former Confederate soldiers before gold was discovered there.
It was a little podunk city until Fred Coleman, part of the gold rush up in Sacramento, followed the geological formations down California, followed the San Diego River in Mission Valley back up to its source, hoping that they would find gold just like up in the Sacramento area, and he did.
That was 1869 and started the first and only gold rush in San Diego.
Go west, young man, there's gold in them hills.
The gold rush brought many black people to Julian because of the opportunities there. Among them was Albert Robinson.
Then he shows up here in Julian in 1880 on the census record.
That's David Lewis. His family has lived in Julian for 4 generations. He's the town historian.
Albert, I'm assuming, was enslaved wherever he was living at the time. He supposedly came here with a man named Levi Chase.
There's no history about him being an ex-slave. He came into the San Diego area in El Cajon as a laborer.
His wife, Margaret, came to Julian later.
She marries Albert in 1886. And so that is when I believe they started a bakery and a restaurant business, I believe here on this site. And they ran that from 1886 until 1902 when they built this hotel.
What's fortunate for them, their property, that little restaurant, was right across the street from the city hall, where the Butterfield stage line coming from Arizona brought travelers.
The town hall was also the social hub of Julian.
They also held dances there, and these dances could last all night. And according to what I've read, the hotel provided meals for those dances at night.
Mrs. Robinson, she was famous for her apple pies, and people would come from miles around to sample Mrs. Robinson's apple pies.
Her name gets linked sometimes with the apple pies, but she wasn't the only one that made apple pies. And so Julian apple pies was not started by Margaret Robinson. That may be a folklore.
Albert died in 1915, and Margaret ran the hotel by herself until 1921, when she sold it for $1,500. There's a lot of history in this hotel. U.S. Grant, the son of President Grant, used to stay in this room before he built the U.S. Grant Hotel in 1910. The rooms in the hotel bear the names of some of the prominent people who once stayed there. For Lewis, it's part of his history and the history of Julian.
My great uncle, who used to come here with his family when he was little, and when they get to the front door, Albert would come out and pick him up and put him on his shoulders and walk him on into the hotel. And my uncle says, I felt like I was 10 feet tall.
Alexander Nguyen, KPBS News.
And right now on KPBS.com, we have a Black History Month section with recent stories, and you can also find them on the KPBS YouTube page, which is where we live stream Evening Edition weeknights at 5. And that story you just saw is one of our most read this week at kpbs.org. And here are some of the others. San Diego County is rolling out some new rules around composting. We have a guide that explains what you need to know. And a North County motorsports company finds a new customer base as law enforcement puts in orders for protective gear. And we'll have that story coming up. And later this year, San Diego Symphony will move back to Copley Symphony Hall. John Carroll got an updated look at the multi-million-dollar renovation.
The historic Fox Theater was transformed into the home of the San Diego Symphony in the mid-'80s. Since then, it has been where the Symphony is headquartered. But 2 years ago, the Symphony pulled up stakes and moved over here to the Rady Shell at Jacobs Park, the $85 million Rady Shell at Jacobs Park. But come November, the Symphony will return to their main home, Copley Symphony Hall. And if you thought $85 million was expensive for the shell, well, the renovations here are being done to the tune of $125 million.
The end result is going to be wonderful, both visually and acoustically.
Travis Weininger is the Vice President of Operations for the Symphony. If you want to know anything about the changes happening inside this magnificent space, he's the guy with the answers about nearly everything, from what kinds of modernization and improvements that you'll see to those you won't.
Bringing the rear wall of the hall in by about 8 rows of seats. We had a really deep balcony overhang before, and acoustically, those seats all the way in the back of that balcony under balcony level weren't that great.
Each row of seats that remains under the balcony will be stepped up as you go back to improve lines of sight. Another change improves aesthetics and sound.
Removing a valance, a wall that used to cut off the top of the proscenium. And we were able to do some structural moves to remove that and to open the proscenium up to the full height of this arch that you see behind us. So that's going to give a lot more acoustic breathing room. We decided to build a permanent orchestra shell that will surround the stage. And that allows us now around the stage to have a choral terrace level.
As its name suggests, the choral terrace will allow large choirs to sing with the orchestra, and when no chorus is involved, it will be opened up to audience seating. 20 acoustic tuning pieces will be installed above the orchestra, allowing for custom acoustic tuning for different performances. Of course, all the ornate plaster work is being refreshed and cleaned, and then there are those changes you won't see but that will make a big difference, like the building's heating and air conditioning systems.
We've suspended all of those units from the parking structure above us so that none of the vibration or the noise from those units will transfer into the space.
A renovated symphony hall and a spectacular outdoor venue with the Rady Shell. You'd think that would make the San Diego Symphony a very attractive orchestra for the world's top musicians. It's a question we put to Director of Artistic Planning, A.J. Benson, in a much quieter meeting room at Symphony Hall.
I think San Diego has a number of elements that are attractive to musicians. The fact that we are performing in 2 different venues. We have great soloists and collaborators that we work with. The executive leadership has really been a huge force propelling the orchestra forward.
And Benson points out the Jacobs gift, $120 million given in 2002. That, he says, has resulted in a financially sound organization, especially when combined with other large gifts and significant support from the community in general. Now, Benson, along with symphony leadership, look to the future.
We want to have people feel like it's comfortable, it's safe, it's welcoming, it's warm in this new acoustic, in this environment. So, I think there's a real element of, top shelf, incredible music making, great artistry happening right at everyone's doorstep. You don't have to go to LA, you don't have to go to New York City. There's a lot happening right here.
And soon, happening in a concert hall that will take its place among the finest in the world. John Carroll, KPBS News.
And our final story is one where fashion meets function. Local police are updating their safety gear thanks to some skilled workers at one North County company. Kitty Alvarado shows us how this partnership is coming together.
That's the sound of a cutting machine at Motorport USA in Escondido. It's cutting Kevlar mesh one piece at a time. And then each piece is carefully sewn into a pair of protective pants that are made to order. Those pair of pants could protect a rider from serious injury.
I survived. It was definitely the worst crash I've ever had.
I had a lot of good friends that died racing motorcycles.
Wayne Boyer is the owner of Motorport USA and a former competitive rider. But making competitive riding gear isn't his only business. Boyer says in the 90s he found another market in local police departments.
I was really shocked to see that they're wearing just cotton polyester shirts and pants that have virtually no tear abrasion strength. And these guys were crashing and getting serious injuries from not wearing protective clothing.
Now, 75% of his business is making protective gear for motorcycle officers across the country.
We have 5 woven threads on the inside. It's called a safety lock stitch. And we double stitch over the top. So we have far higher, over a 2,000-pound seam strength. So these police officers can hit the ground at 100 miles an hour and the gear doesn't disintegrate. It protects, it holds together.
In 2014, the Oklahoma Highway Patrol motorcycle unit adopted the Kevlar uniform. Since that time, we've seen it save lives and prevent serious injury to not only our motorcycle troopers, but other officers within the state.
The most recent customer for the family business is the San Diego Police Department. Motorcycle officer Matthew Zeitz proposed the uniform upgrade after doing a lot of research and talking to colleagues in other departments.
I spoke to one of the officers who worked on Chula Vista Police Department, who went down at about 30, 35 miles an hour, slid across the road, and I looked at it and I couldn't even tell that he had been on the ground, yet he went sliding across the asphalt with these pants on, and the pants weren't torn, ripped, scratched. They looked like he hadn't even been on the ground, so that's what sold me.
Zeitz says it was long overdue.
I have pictures of the motor unit from the 1920s, and it was essentially the same uniform. It's very reassuring knowing that we're in a safer uniform, a uniform designed to be worn while we're riding a motorcycle.
And a uniform designed specifically for the officer who will wear it. Members of Boyer's family all help with the process, taking orders, doing books, and even measuring the customers as they come in.
Hi, my name is Wayne.
Joe.
Hi, Joe. Good to meet you. Robbie, do you want to start with him?
Boyer's son-in-law, Robbie, takes measurements. Out-of-town customers can get measured online. Exact fit is crucial for protection, and there's no mass production here. Every uniform is made one at a time, which means it takes time.
We have almost 3.5 months wait for a police officer when he places an order. So that's one of our biggest problems, is supply and the demand.
But Boyer says he would rather take his time and make sure things are done right. There was a time when manufacturing was done by other companies, but then one of those suits failed. Boyer says using the wrong thread meant a customer got hurt.
And we found out that the company ran out of thread, so they just grabbed the regular cotton poly thread. So basically, we really couldn't control the manufacturing, where when it was in-house, we could make sure that it's made with the right threads, everything is correct.
So now all the work is done in Escondido by employees like Reina Valdovinos, who runs the cutting machine, making the perfectly sized pieces.
When I drive in, I saw people in the police wearing the uniforms, and I'm so happy and I'm glad to make that kind of stuff for the people. That one is that I spent 30 years here.
That's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're amazing. It costs $3,100 to outfit an officer with several uniforms, but those uniforms will last for years and could save lives.
And we get about 4 motors a month that crash, and we usually get a testimonial form where they'll come in and shake my hand and thank me personally. I've even had wives and kids of the officers thank me many times, and it really does make me feel great.
Kitty Alvarado, KPBS News.
And another way to keep tabs on all that's happening at KPBS is to get our newsletters. Breaking news, local events, and daily headlines are some of what's available. You can just go to kpbs.org to sign up. And we hope that you enjoyed this look at KPBS News this week. I'm Maya Trabulsi. Thanks for joining us.